Good morning and welcome to Extol Live, sponsored by New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking. I'm Angie Fenton with the one and only Chef Liz Martino of Mesa Kids Cooking School and JD Dotson of, well, pretty much everything. Extol, Regalo, the world. I'm not going to sing, but I think we need to let you.
I'm not going to sing either.
Happy birthday to Chef Liz.
Thank you so much.
Did you wake up feeling amazing?
Yes, I did. I've been feeling amazing every morning, pretty much.
Well, you make life amazing. We're going to celebrate with Liz coming up. And I know JD has brought a little bit of goodies, but I mean, it's your birthday though. What in the world are you doing bringing goodies, Liz?
Well, when you have a pound of fudge, if you don't share it with everybody, you're going to eat it all by yourself.
That's why we love you. That's for sure. Well, coming up today, we have Carrie Weger, who's here from Derby Dinner Playhouse, and get this, he's here and then he's going to go star in a show. Like literally, he's here just for a few moments. So we'll talk with him in just a minute. And then Casey Mayer is here from the Waterfront Botanical Gardens. Can't wait to show you that. In fact, we sent Addie Miners exploring, and we'll see that in a moment. Have a variety of other things on tap, but can we just talk for a second?
Yes.
Our brand new issue of Extol is hitting stands now. And you did a fantastic job. JD took some fantastic photos. Our whole team worked really hard on this. I'm proud of this issue. Liz is featured in this issue. But I have to just tell you, we'll post some information on our social coming up after Extol Live today. But one of our delivery team members was delivering Extol in downtown New Albany last night at approximately 8:17 p.m. when somebody stole his car. So if you happen to see a car, and like I said, I will post some information. There's a POW license plate on the front. We'll give information. It's a dark color and the make and model and all of that. We'll post that on our social media. But it also is carrying our new issue in it. Now, thankfully, Liz was like, I'm going to get all of the Extols. Thankfully, we do have extras, and he was nearing the very end of what had been a long delivery day, but it was stolen from Pearl and Market Streets in that area, 8:17 p.m. last night. We've made a police report, but we'd love to track down the car first and foremost, because Joe would like his car back. But secondly, I wouldn't mind getting our magazines back.
And I have to say that cover is pretty great.
By the way, this cover was created by our creative director, Adam Kleinert, who's based out of Henryville. We don't get to see Adam as much, but we talk to him because remote working, especially with someone who's such an artist like he is. But happy birthday to Adam Kleinert as well. He shares a birthday with you. I know. There's a reason why you both are our people. That's for sure.
Well, this cover's going on my wall. It's going in a little frame because I think it's so cool.
It is so cool. But again, we'll share that information about our delivery team member's car, and which was stolen 8:17 p.m. last night, Pearl and Market Street in downtown New Albany, along with several boxes of Extol. Happy reading, if nothing else, and please recycle when you're finished with them.
Unfortunate.
But for right now, we're going to talk with Carrie Weger in just a moment. The Arts Alliance of Southern Indiana is always doing big things. They're always on the move. And if you haven't seen it already, they recently unveiled this year's Festival of Trees. Check it out.
Hi there, my name is Paige Trinkle, and I am the Programming Director of Arts Alliance Southern Indiana. This year, we're kicking off the holiday season with our program, Festival of Trees. This is where we ask 12 businesses or professionals from the community to sponsor a tree. They have complete artistic freedom over the tree. They can pick whatever theme they want. And at that point, we make a gorgeous video about the tree. It's going to be on our website, and then you can purchase the tree for your own home or business. It's a wonderful way to celebrate the festivities of the holiday through Arts Alliance.
Thanks for joining us this morning for Extol Live. I'm Angie Fenton, and now I'm here with Carrie Weger of Derby Dinner Playhouse. And Carrie, I'm going to just be blunt. Your title was too long to fit on the screen. So first, how many years have you, or we can even say this, how many decades have you been at Derby Dinner?
3.5 decades, yeah. I started in May of 1986, so 35 and a half
What was your first role there?
Arsenic and Old Lace. I played Mortimer.
What has kept you there for 3 decades?
Wow. Probably the feeling of family.
Mhm.
And I attribute a lot of that to Becky Jo Schneider, who was our leader for so many years. She really wanted to build a company that was almost like a family to her. And she wanted actors to be able to come and stay and make a real living and make a life in addition to it. So yeah, it's been great.
Right after, and I just mentioned this just at the very beginning of the show, right after our interview, you're scooting out of here for the performance of
A Christmas Story, the musical.
And so let's walk back for a second. If someone, I mean, you all are known literally around the world for sure. But if someone has not experienced Derby Dinner Playhouse, I mean, walking into the door, what is that like?
We're one of the oldest, largest, most successful dinner theaters, I think, in the country that is still around. Dinner theaters really took off in the 70s, I think. And Derby Dinner started in 1974, and we've been there, 47 years now, I think. So you come in, it's a big lobby, and you enter the theater and you sit at a table and you watch the show from your table after you eat a meal. So it's kind of a unique experience. Excuse me. And Derby Dinner is really unique because it's a theater in the round.
Right.
So the seats go all the way around the stage, which is great for actors because we don't have to worry where the audience is. But yeah, it's a very intimate feeling and experience for the audience too. No seat is more than maybe 20 feet from the stage. So there really isn't a bad seat in the theater. But yeah, it's a very, very intimate, very cozy kind of feel there.
I remember my very first experience going there, and I mean, it is top notch. It is top notch. It is amazing. And one of the most memorable times, we were talking about this before we started the live stream, was when my husband and I went, and I was very pregnant, and watched White Christmas with our friends, the Zimmermans, and sat there with a box of Kleenex and cried. Happy tears, of course, but it was so beautiful, and it was just wonderful. I could get goosebumps even thinking about it. That was, I mean, you make memories.
Yeah, and actually that was Becky Jo's favorite phrase, I think, was people come to make memories. And it's true, it's true. It's funny because now I've been there for so long, people will come up to me and say, oh yeah, my grandmother came when she was a child to see you or something like that. So a lot of people have long-term memories of Derby Dinner.
Speaking of children, you have had productions that are geared toward everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have some that are geared specifically for
Absolutely.
kids.
We have a full-time children's theater program. We do 4 different shows a year, and we have public performances on Saturday, a breakfast buffet and a lunch buffet for the kids. It's really a good thing for us. It builds a future audience for us, if nothing else. And it's really a good chance for parents and grandparents to introduce their children to theater. So yeah, it's worked out really well for us, and I think for the kids in the area.
What's your most favorite? Like, I guess it's not even fair. 3 decades is a long time, so I'll walk my own question back. What's one of your most favorite productions that you've been a part of?
Well, there's one show that always sticks in my mind, and I've done, I think, close to 300 shows there now over the years. I've lost track. Anyway, the one that really sticks in my mind, it's a little comedy called Over the River and Through the Woods. It's about a young fella who's about 30-ish or so, leaving his grandparents and moving away. And it is so funny and so touching. The first time we did it, I played the grandson. The second time we did it, I played one of the grandfathers. So yeah, I love the show. It's a wonderful show.
I know you're a professional and it's just what you do, but can you remember the time before you became such an expert about memorizing lines?
Oh. Yes, I can remember. And about 3-4 weeks ago, when I was trying to memorize the lines for this show, I remember. It doesn't get much easier. The biggest thing I can say about it is I don't question it. I just do it. But this show, I have a lot of lines. I kind of narrate the show. If you're familiar with the movie, I play the Gene Shepherd character, the narrator of the movie. And so I'm not really in conversation with the other actors. And it was hard for me to memorize. And also I'm a little older. So this is the one show that I started probably 3 months before memorizing my lines.
So what tip can you offer someone about memorization? Because I know one of the things, I mean, that's good for the brain.
Yeah, absolutely. Up until this show, I usually didn't start memorizing my lines until we started rehearsal, because I picture the lines on the page, and the movement and the blocking and everything really helps me memorize the lines. But this one was different, and I just started early, and I just repetition.
I think, I mean, we've said it so many times. I mean, since the pandemic began, it's been challenging and worse for many people. But there are some of us who have also had an opportunity or taken the opportunity to really reflect on what matters. And I was just talking the other day with someone about, materialistic kinds of things, now gearing gifts more toward making memories and experiences. This is a great one to give.
Yeah.
Tickets to Derby Dinner Playhouse, and really not tickets, the experience.
Yes,
of
absolutely. In fact, we have a little plug here. We have a great ticket package right now we call our New Year's Sampler, and it includes the first 3 shows of the new year, which the Red Velvet Cake War, Kinky Boots, which I'm really excited about, and Saturday Night Fever. All 3 shows for just $105. So that's pretty great, I think.
I think that is tremendous. Who gets to wear the kinky boots?
I don't know yet.
We'll have to see about
Absolutely.
that. That's for sure. Now, I know that you are headed out to go to your performance, but any last ideas maybe for the New Year's? What's coming? Can you give us any hints?
Wow. Other than those 3 shows, we have selected our shows for the next season, but I've been sworn to silence. I know. So come back and see Red Velvet Cake War, Kinky Boots, and Saturday Night Fever. And after that,
stay tuned.
all new shows, right?
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But they're exciting. I can tell you that much.
They're always exciting. Carrie, thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. We also appreciate our sponsors of Extol Live. That includes New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking as well.
Hello, my name's Jerry Cutter, president of Cutter Woodworking. Just want to share with you where Cutter Woodworking is at today and why it is we think it might be helpful for you to consider Cutter Woodworking as a place and being part of our team. We're excited to be the 2nd generation. Parents started a company in 1959 in the basement of the house here on the property that we're currently sitting. We have approximately 330 team members. Many have been with us for decades. Many are neighbors, and we are very excited and proud of that. We feel like this could be a place for those of you that's never considered looking outside of New Albany, Clarksville, Louisville. We would love for you to consider Cutter Woodworking as a place of work, and not only to have a job or to get a paycheck, but to be part of our team. We're very excited. We're very proud of what we have here at Cutter Woodworking, and would love to share that with you and see the opportunities and where it is that not only the company is going, but where you can go as well. We would certainly appreciate the opportunity to have you come and visit and take a day and just understand what opportunities lie possibly in your future.
Thanks for joining us this morning for Extol Live. We have Casey Mayer with the Waterfront Botanical Gardens, who is in the studio with us. Casey, Waterfront Botanical Gardens, coming up after we talk for a moment. We sent reporter Addie Miners there to explore, but I think when people go there, they are awestruck for the first time. Would you agree?
Yes, I'm awestruck every day. I get to go to work there, and it's just so beautiful.
Explain how this came about, because I remember way back when I lived off of Hull Street, and I would drive just a little bit and take my dogs and walk around in that area, and you have transformed it.
Right. Right. So the site, as you might remember, is a former landfill.
Yes.
So back in the day, it was the Ohio Street landfill, closed in the mid 70s. And then it's just been sitting empty since then. There have been some other efforts to get botanical gardens started in Louisville. This one really came off of a donation, an estate gift afterlife by a woman named Helen Harrigan, who was a member of Botanica Incorporated, which was a nonprofit organization started in the 90s. So there were some stops and starts, but we really got it going around 2014 when we launched our master plan. So we had it designed by architects Perkins and Will, and that's when we were able to show people a vision, the images of what we were looking to build on that 23-acre former landfill.
I mean, it was an eyesore.
Yeah.
It was an absolute eyesore. And I've been in the media since 2003. And I remember, there's no way. There's no way.
Right.
You know, the naysayers.
Oh, we got those.
But you did it.
Yeah.
And not only have you done it, but there's more.
Oh, there's more to come. There's a lot more to come. We've developed not even really a fifth of the site, so maybe about 4 or 5 acres. And the next big project coming to the gardens is the Japanese garden.
Oh my goodness.
So we're in the fundraising mode right now. We're hoping to start moving some dirt, which to us is very exciting when we get to move dirt and we know something's coming. And if all goes well, we could open an authentic Japanese garden at the end of 2023.
I am on the board of the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana, and this summer we had a luncheon specifically for our women philanthropists to say thank you, and had an opportunity to listen to you talk. Can you describe those Japanese gardens for a moment? I got so excited because this is going to be world class.
Right, it is. It for a while, it will be the top new Japanese garden in the United States. So it's being designed by Shiro Nakane of Kyoto, Japan. He was connected with us through a fellow named Nick Nakamura. So Nick Nakamura lives in New Albany and owns 65 acres over in Harrison County and is an architect and does projects worldwide. He connected us with Mr. Nakane. Mr. Nakane came to the site and walked around and looked and felt it. It's very much a feeling, and was inspired by regreening this landfill. And in his words, he says, of course in Japanese, which I can't do that yet, that it was humans that created the landfill and humans will regreen the landfill. So it will be 2 acres. It includes a waterfall, a stream, and a pond, an authentic tea house, which will actually be constructed by Japanese craftsmen who will come to this region and live here for a couple of months to build this Japanese tea house, a summer house, the zigzag bridge that's always in a Japanese garden, the arched bridge, and then again, a world-class bonsai garden. It will be better than most that we've seen, so a larger than typically given, the space for a bonsai garden. And we currently have in our possession, we had 24 bonsai trees that were donated. We recently got a donation of 25 bonsai trees from the Chicago Botanic Garden.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that great? And their bonsai display is amazing. So we're up to about 30 bonsai trees, and that will be a big attraction and feature in the garden. So, with that, we already do have lots of programming, Japanese culture programming. I think, I don't know if it's today, but upcoming, there's a Japanese gift wrapping class. We've had an ikebana class, a Japanese tea ceremony, all kinds of classes just to get people used to and more familiar with the Japanese culture, because it will be quite a thing for this region, and we'll bring lots of tourists to this region.
I love that you mentioned, Extol has been about celebrating Southern Indiana and beyond.
Yeah.
But that there's that little connection here with Southern Indiana and the Waterfront Botanical Gardens and what is happening. Do you ever just stop and just go, look what we've done?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I get the building. You've been in the Grazer
stunning.
Family Education Center, and there's a conference room, and oftentimes I have meetings or I'll be working in there, and I get so focused, and then I look up and look out at the gardens. I say, what? When did that happen? It just sometimes it surprises me, but I've been with the project for 8 years, so since the beginning of construction, And we've built staff, and we've got 17 on staff now, and they're an amazing, excited, talented staff. So we're ready to take this thing forward.
If people haven't visited, they need to. I mean, just driving up the hill, I just couldn't even fathom what this would look like, because I saw that landfill. I saw that eyesore. I kept my dogs away from that. And now, I mean, it just offers just peace and serenity and beauty and gratitude and all of those things.
Yeah.
But right now it also offers glimmers as well with Christmas coming.
That's right. So Gardens of Glimmer is going on now. We have 19 or 20 more nights, I think, that you can get tickets. And so the entire area is covered in holiday lights. We have Santa and Mrs. Santa.
I love that.
It was all designed and installed by our horticulture team and volunteers and interns. So it was all done in-house, and it is really beautiful. I've been there the last 2 nights. It's hard to stay away. It's really fun, and the little kids love it. Yeah.
Now, even though, of course, spring and summer, lush and beautiful and blooming, it's really beautiful all year round. And the architecture and textural elements are phenomenal.
Right. So this time of year, you don't see a lot of blossoms. There are a few, because this weather's been a little bit crazy. There's a few flowers trying to bloom, but the birds love it this time of year because the plants have gone to seed. So you can see all kinds of birds. We saw a family of wild turkey up there the other day. They were snacking on something.
I love that.
So, yeah.
And it's the holidays right now. I mean, we were just talking with Carrie Weger from Derby Dinner Playhouse and talking about experiences and things and different ways to give than the stereotypical gifts and making memories. And one of the things that people can do is make a gift to Waterfront Botanical Gardens. I mean, and that is a gift that will last for generations to come.
That's right. And you can make a gift in someone else's honor. And like you all were talking earlier, people don't want material things, they want experiences. So supporting the garden, you can also give someone a membership, which right now is a little bit cheaper. It's going up on January 1. So it's $25 for an individual and $35 for a family. And then if you want something a little bit bigger, you can purchase a brick in the pathway down the waterfall, through the waterfall. And that's another little bit higher, but another gift that you could give.
I'll also say you do have some amazing gifts there, though, as well. And we've featured some of those gifts in our gift guide in our most recent issue of Extol. It's a wonderful place. If you have to you have to go outside for a moment, where do you gravitate to, Casey?
The waterfall.
That's your place.
Yeah, there's a path down to Beargrass Creek, because we sit right next to Beargrass Creek, and it's winding and has a waterfall, and it's got some benches. And if I go outside, I love going down there and hearing the water and just looking at the birds and the trees. It's pretty beautiful. It's all beautiful, but that's my go-to place for now.
It's so funny because I remember Beargrass Creek, just how sad. I grew up in rural Michigan, and my mom always taught us to leave nature better than it was when we arrived there. And I'm just so sad, but to see what you have done is absolutely phenomenal.
And we're hoping with that pathway and with the gardens being there to bring awareness to the creek.
Yes.
And the pollution problems with the creek, we can be part of that solution, I hope.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to see what comes next. That's for sure. I really appreciate you taking the time. And I'm also very excited. The new issue of Extol is out, as I'd said earlier, and we feature the Waterfront Botanical Gardens, but we're also going to do a special shoot there coming up in our next issue, which will come out in January. So I'm looking forward to the partnership, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
And I have to also ask you to repeat the one more time, Casey, because I know that it feels like it's summer out there and it's kind of confusing us right now, but the gardens do have the Glimmer.
Gardens of Glimmer. Yeah, Gardens of Glimmer. You can get tickets at waterfrontgardens.org. Lots of time slots. It is outside mostly, but it's masked inside, so you can stay safe, and we keep the numbers down. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, recently we sent reporter Addie Miners to talk with Casey, obviously not live. This was recently to take a look at the Waterfront Botanical Gardens, and now you can too.
Welcome back to another Explore with Extol. I'm Addie Miners, and I'm here with president of the Waterfront Botanical Gardens, Casey Mayer, and I hear that we are on top of a landfill.
That's right.
Care to explain a little bit about that? Because it sure doesn't look like a landfill around here to me.
Not anymore. So we're regreening a landfill. That's what this project is. And this used to be a neighborhood called the Ohio Street neighborhood in the late 1800s and in the early 1900s. The river is right over here and continuously flooded this area. In the mid 40s, it became a landfill and was active for 30 years. Once they built I-71, which we can hear right behind us, they decided that having a dump just as you're entering the city was not a great idea.
Not the best look.
So they capped it off. It's been capped for about 40 years, and we started construction in 2017.
And now we have this beautiful garden to enjoy.
That's right.
So what all do you all do here at the Botanical Gardens? What is a botanical garden? I guess I should ask first, because I don't know that I'm really sure.
So Botanical Garden just founded in the idea of plant research and plant education. First of all, you can walk through the gardens and just enjoy the scenery, enjoy the trees, the plant. They have the names, the Latin names and the common names, so that you learn just by being here. We have both native plants and non-native plants. So this is basically a demonstration area, but of course, becoming a demonstration area of plants and trees and flowers also becomes a very meditative space as well. Kids love to come here to see the pollinators. We do a lot of bird watching here. So again, at a botanical garden is about education and research.
Right, so what about the grounds that you have here? I see you've got a nice classroom building. You've got, really multiple buildings on this land, plus all of the beautiful garden space. So what all do you all do here?
A lot. I can't keep up myself. So we do have a large rental space that holds 250 people. So we have lots of programming there, our own programming, but others can rent for weddings, corporate events, retreats, all kinds of things. And it's a very popular space surrounded by glass so that you're constantly looking at the gardens. Most recently, we built the building right behind us, the L&T Leslie Botanical Classrooms. Includes a teaching greenhouse, a large classroom, a courtyard, a horticulture workshop, so that we can offer classes here. So we do classes and field trips with kids from all over the region. But then we have lots of adult classes too. We have over 90 classes a year, everything from painting flowers to flower arranging to Tai Chi and yoga.
Now, we are in Louisville, but obviously Extol, we're Southern Indiana. So what are the ties here to Southern Indiana? Because I know there's a few.
Yeah, so first of all, we're a botanical garden for the region, but we do have a few ties. We have a close relationship with the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana. We do lots of programs for their supporters. We have a partnership with Floyd Central High School. We have an intern every year here from Floyd Central out of their environmental science program, which is one of the best high school environmental science programs in the region. Let me say, those kids are amazing. So this year we had our 4th intern. So it's been 4 years running. And then, of course, we have one of your treasures from Southern Indiana. Bob Hill is on our board and has been on our board for a long time. He heads up our horticulture committee. I know he's closed Hidden Hill Nursery, so he's spending his time and focus on the Waterfront Botanical Gardens.
So Casey, what is on the horizon here for the Botanical Gardens? What's coming up in the near future?
Okay, so we have a lot. We've got a lot going on here. So in the month of December, we have Gardens of Glimmer. So the gardens here will be turned into a winter wonderland of holiday lights with deer and Moravian stars and sparkling lights and Christmas trees. We have Santa and Mrs. Santa and cookies and cider all through the month of December. So that's something you got to check out.
Is that a paid event or is that?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, tickets are through Eventbrite. You can check it out on our website at waterfrontgardens.org.
Well, there you go. You'll have to just keep your eye on the website for all of the fun events that are coming up here. But I'm really interested in the Japanese garden. I heard you say the closest one is St. Louis, so this is a great opportunity for our region and a very cool new thing to have.
That's
right
right.
in our backyard.
That's right. We're building an authentic, and that's important, but it is an authentic Japanese garden designed by a landscape designer out of Kyoto, Japan, named Shiro Nakane. It will be 2 acres right over here on the site. We're hoping to start construction this next year. And if all goes well, by end of 2023, we will have really the newest authentic Japanese garden in the U.S. This designer has only done 2 other gardens in the States, D.C. and in Georgia. To see one of his gardens, you'd have to go to Thailand or Russia or some other place to see a Nakane garden. So, yes, in terms of what's close to us, St. Louis is the closest Japanese garden. This will be huge for Kentucky and Southern Indiana to have a Japanese garden here for the cultural experience for kids. If you can imagine going to school and being able to take a field trip to a Japanese garden.
Absolutely.
We didn't get to do that growing up.
I did not.
And tourism. I mean, it'll be really, really huge for tourism. So fingers crossed by the end of 2023. And then beyond that, we still have 23 acres to fill. We've only built on 4 or 5 acres. There's 23 acres here. So we do have a master plan that encompasses all those 23 acres. And again, if all goes well, within 10 years, we could have a fully developed botanical garden here in this region.
Well, it sounds like there is a very bright future on the horizon for the Waterfront Botanical Gardens, and really for all of us to have this right in our backyard.
That's right. Yeah, come on out, bring the family. Kids love it out here. We're fully ADA accessible right now, but what that means for kids is they can run up and down and see the waterfall and the water features. So check it out. Check all our programs out, waterfrontgardens.org.
Awesome. We'll see you back here next week for another Explore with Extol.
Difficulty. There we go. There I am. We're glad that you're joining us this morning for Extol Live. We're also grateful for our sponsors, and that includes Cutter Woodworking and New Washington State Bank. Recently, I took one for the team, and by that, I mean I had an amazing experience at J. Nicole Salon and Spa with what's called the Hydrafacial. Well, just check it out.
Hi, I am Jennifer with J. Nicole Salon and Spa, and we are super excited to partner with Hydrafacial and bring the Hydrafacial services into our spa. We're really excited about offering an extension to our already amazing spa by offering instant gratification through our Hydrafacial services. The Hydrafacial itself is widely known for being able to remove the gunk in the skin. They are famous for their gunky cup on the back of the unit, and you can actually see everything that is removed, the debris, the dead skin cells, all that fun stuff, and have some gratification by seeing what comes out. It is really great for all skin types, so no matter what your skin condition is, our technicians can customize the service to meet your needs. And it is pretty quick, so as little as 30 minutes. Most of our services will run about an hour to an hour and 15, but if you needed a quick service to get in and out, we would be able to offer that as well. So one of the things that we offer that sets us apart is the complimentary Derma Planing Service with each Hydrafacial package that you purchase. And so what that does, it is an exfoliation treatment before the Hydrafacial starts, and it helps to remove any of the dead skin cells and things that may block absorption of the products that we're using for our guests. So we are very excited to have a launch party on December 8th from 4 to 8 p.m. We will get to gift our guest with a mini complimentary Hydrafacial. It is a ticketed event that is $50, and you also get to use that $50 credit towards any future Hydrafacial purchase packages. The other nice thing, you'll get some good treats from our staff, some complimentary mini services, and some Hydrafacial swag at the event also. With our skincare services, we recommend once a month for your Hydrafacial treatments. Along with our customized facials, we love our guests to come in about once a month, and this really helps with treating specific concerns that you may have or maintaining where you're at and helping prevent further signs of aging, dehydration, those types of things. We're able to address and help work with you to create an at-home regimen so that you're getting the professional results, almost like going to the gym. And then we will teach you how to do the home care so that you can prolong those results at home. I would love for them to experience just the refreshment from the service. Your skin will look glowing and it will feel absolutely amazing. So it will feel soft to the touch. You'll notice that the texture and the smoothness of the skin has definitely been enhanced, and you'll definitely see the glow. We have the ability to customize these treatments further with our Hydrafacial Perks. So the perks are targeted treatments for the eye area and the lip area. So the lip area is super fun and great during this year to get mistletoe ready. By creating a little bit of a blush to the lip, it's going to exfoliate any dead skin cells, and it will also add some plumping so that you have a beautiful pout for the holidays. And then with our eye area, we help with any discoloration, fine lines and wrinkles, those types of things that you're wanting to firm up around that eye area for a more youthful appearance. The great thing with both of those perk services is that we offer a 30-day treatment that you will take and use at home to continue getting more, I would say, deeper results with that service, and then also prolonging the effects from your professional treatment. The December 8th event is ticketed, like I said, so there are a limited number of spots available, and those are booking fast. So we would love for you to contact us through social media or by calling the salon at 812-944-4050 to reserve your spot today. We can take that payment over the phone towards your ticket, and then we will be able to gift that to you in a gift card to use toward future purchases.
Okay, so Hydrafacial sucks the gunk out of your pores. Oh, I loved it.
That sounds amazing.
I get grossed out by like people who love popping things. Like I can't even like say it out loud. Jason loves it. My husband loves that stuff. Addie Miners is behind the camera, loves that stuff. But Hydrafacial was, I mean, amazing. So it's December 8th, 4 to 8 p.m. And like Jennifer said, $50. It's a ticketed event, but then that $50 goes toward a Hydrafacial treatment, and she's got different kinds of treatments. And I mean, so it's basically like you're just going and having swag and drinks and a mini Hydrafacial.
It's like we're at the Oscars.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a babysitter because I'm going back, even though they recommend like around a month or so to get them.
Yeah. Sounds like a girls' night out.
Oh my gosh.
Listen.
Are you
Yes, I mean,
Yeah, you're invited.
You get counted in that. Now, before we turn to the most important of what we're talking about, once again, if you missed it at the top of the show, we're excited that you're joining us for Extol Live. We see your comments on there. Thank you so much. This is the most recent issue of Extol. Our delivery driver, Joe, last night. Can you see that? That's artwork by our creative director, Adam Kleinert, out of Henryville. Happy birthday to you, Adam. But our delivery team member, Joe, was delivering last night around Pearl and Market Street in New Albany when his car was stolen, along with some issues of Extol in it. We are hoping to get Joe's car back. A police report has been filed. We'll post some things on social with the make and model of the car. It does have a POW license plate on the front. We really want to get that back. I wouldn't also mind getting our magazines back at the very least. Whoever the thief is, I mean, recycle them, don't just throw them. But we really, in all seriousness, want to help Joe get his car back. So we'll be posting that on social. But on to other things. Liz, happy birthday. You have a big day planned?
Yes, actually, it's all exciting work, and I can't think of a better way than to spend begin another trip around the sun, is doing fun things, working hard with people who are amazing. So I gotta say thanks for having me here today.
Well,
and thanks for the magazine too. That was just really amazing to be featured.
Yeah.
With some amazing people in the community. I'm humbled.
I'll let JD talk about what that was like, your photo shoot.
Can we just talk about this picture really quick? Because everybody really needs to see it. I know you just got to pick up the magazine, but I love this so much. It's right there at the beginning. Liz Martino.
I look like a girl there.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful shot. And, you know, it was kind of kismet because it was raining. I'm like, I'm going to go grab an umbrella.
Yes.
Did it?
It was
I mean,
perfect.
the
That was the
girl,
most fun
you
ever.
see this? Where is it? There it is.
Perfectly captures her
The girl's
personality.
she's a natural right there. So anyway, I love it. This was a lot of fun to do.
It was.
It's, you know, sometimes you'll take pictures of people and it's not as fun, but you were easy. It's great.
It was fun.
It was
It's fun when you get to hang out with
Yeah,
friends and do
it was
amazing
great.
things.
Well, it's also fun when you get to celebrate with great people. I don't know if you noticed this. I'm not a great liar. I'm just not, because I'm not a fan of lying. Our daughter, by the way, our 5-year-old is horrid at it. I'm very grateful for that. Happy birthday to you.
That's why my sister knew that I was coming here this morning.
This card is from JD only, as I have written on it. He wants to make sure.
I didn't want you to I didn't want to take credit for the
This,
gig. You know?
this is from, I wrote that on there. This is from the Extol team. And I do have to say, before we open up the cake, which was made by your sister,
I had a feeling.
I do have to say, we actually ordered you something created by a local and then made by a small business. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's on its way and it's taken about 3 times as long. So I at least got a text alert that it is on its way. So the next time you're on, we'll actually be able to give you your gift. But let's open up. Everybody knows Adrian's and everybody knows that you have an amazing family. And so I just asked, what does your sister like? And she said, you'll like this. So I went down there this morning. I should probably just have the chef. I told Liz that we were going to have actually a cooking competition, and I told her to bring her best knives. That's all I could come up with. That's a pretty lame lie. But
It's
then
so
I
pretty.
thought, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to look at that. Happy birthday, Lizzie. Oh, we love you. I'll show it right over there to Colin.
There we go.
It's perfect.
Yeah. I don't know what flavor, but your sister's the one. And I know that she would pick what you would love. That's for sure.
My sister has been making my favorite birthday cakes for me for such a long time. I just absolutely love it.
And then I also had to, of course, get some
Donuts.
Donuts from Adrian's. We love
I feel like all
Adrian's.
my
That's
jobs
for
are
sure.
represented.
Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say.
Well, I mean, I think so. Here's the competition. Which of your knife would be the best one to cut your own cake? We would sing happy birthday to you, but we like you too much.
I knew it.
Where's Carrie from Derby Dinner Playhouse? That's who we should have had sing.
Oh my goodness. Well, Carrie is actually getting ready to
JD.
perform.
Sing.
Of course. So this should tell you everything you need to know about Chef Liz Martino of Mesa Kids Cooking School. Who'd she give the first piece to? Someone else.
My boy.
Winner,
Paul,
cake for
you
dinner.
work hand in hand with Liz. What do you love most about her?
Oh, no.
I'm very blessed that I get to work every day with my best friend. And I'm also blessed that
Oh, that's
she's
yours.
just a huge inspiration to me. She is, she's my boss. She's sometimes my assistant.
Thank you so much.
But mainly she's my best friend. She's amazing. She loves the work that she does. And she finds great joy in cooking. And she finds, you can just see it in her face when she's working with the kids, how much she enjoys teaching the kids about her passion. And it's just inspirational to get to watch that and see that from her.
Oh, I love happy tears about people. I always tell people, I think Liz
I
is
love
just
you.
one
I
of
love you
those
too.
people who just, when you walk in a room and you see her, she makes you feel good immediately and like you matter. And that's a big deal.
And I love her because she feeds me.
There is also
Does
that.
too.
Do you have a birthday wish?
To be with me forever. Those aren't wishes. I'll tell you what. I hope that everything happens this year that's supposed to happen this year. I hope the people that come into my life are the people that are supposed to be in my life. And this year, more than anything, I just want to give it up to the universe and let's just see where things go. I cannot believe that I've made 36 trips around the sun and I feel better than I ever have. And I have the most amazing opportunities that I've ever had. And I'm working with some of those most amazing people, not just working, like you said, you date your husband here. when you're doing things that you love with people that you love, I mean, I couldn't be any more blessed than I am today than to be surrounded by such amazing people doing amazing things in an incredible community. This is great. I don't have anything more to wish for.
Well, can we cheers with cake?
Yes.
Cheers
Oh my
to
gosh,
happy
sorry.
birthday
Cheers.
to Liz, that's for sure.
Cheers.
Coming up next week, Dan Farmer heads to our studio to actually cook with Chef Liz for an upcoming episode of This Is So In, our Saturday morning show that airs at 7:30 a.m. every weekend on WBKI, the CW. Take a peek.
What is Southern Indiana?
What defines Southern Indiana? Community.
The people.
Rejuvenation.
Local businesses.
Sports.
Animals and people.
Small town.
Culture.
Community.
Great place to own a business.
People.
Tight-knit community.
Tradition.
Friends.
Neighborhood gatherings.
Food is awesome.
Southern Indiana is home.
Watch This Is So In Saturday mornings at 7:30 on WBKI, the CW.
We have a brand new episode airing tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. And then, of course, we share it on social media as well. We also have coming up this coming Tuesday, one of our new partners, Momily, just over the Ohio River in downtown New Albany. Love Momily. They have all kinds of gifts, apparel. I've got this almost floor length sequin sweater that just, it just makes me go like this. I love it. Absolutely love it. And Momily will be here with us for a live stream for Treat Yourself Tuesdays, and you have to watch because they're going to be offering a treat just for you, and they'll give you a special code as well. So 9 a.m. And of course that one will download and it'll be shared on our social media, but here's a little sneak peek. That's 9 a.m. December 7th. Momily will be here, and that includes the owner, Melissa Huff. We're so excited about that. But I'm also excited about this. Recently on This Is So In, we shared a story, a sweet story about a golden retriever that is best friends with a duck located right in Charlestown. Take a look. So I've heard what comes first, the chicken or the egg, but I have to ask you, what comes first, the duck or the dog? Talk about Colt. Where did Colt come from? How old?
He came from up near Santa Claus, Indiana, and we got him. He was, 4 months old?
4 months old. Yeah.
4 months old.
Baby.
And then when did the duck come into existence and become Colt's partner?
My birthday.
How long ago, Anna?
That was in April of this year. I wanted a duck. I said, let's do it. Let's get a duck.
So Cindy, your daughter says, I want a duck.
I didn't tell her.
No, she didn't tell me.
Oh, even better.
She sent me a picture of this little duck on her dash in her Jeep.
And that's how you told Mom.
And I said, that better be fake.
At what point, though, did Colt see Petunia and all of a sudden you could see this relationship? I mean, there's an evolution of it that you have captured on social media. When did you start seeing they're not going to be foes, they're going to be more than friends?
I would say, 2.5 months ago.
Yeah.
Because we waited till she really got bigger because we were afraid he would play too hard with her, and possibly hurt her or, but she holds her own.
Definitely.
She holds her own.
What's their relationship like?
Odd couple. That's what I call them. They're the odd couple.
She follows him everywhere he goes. Everywhere. If he runs the whole yard, she runs the whole yard. When he's inside, she lays by his door and sleeps till he comes out, and then she runs with him again.
What kind of joy have you all received from watching this evolve?
Oh,
a lot of
joy. That's where the Daily Dose of Duck came in.
Now, first you have to explain a daily dose of duck, what that is for people who haven't had the pleasure, I will say.
It's a Facebook post that I started because we would
so I'm the one that I started them two together.
Yeah, she
with,
started together. And then
I think
started
you were
posting.
gone, and I was like, let's let him out. I mean, she's big. She's, let's do it. Let's get them together and see what they do. So I took a video and sent it to her, and she's like, oh my goodness.
What were they doing in that initial video?
She was just on top of him,
And what was Colt doing?
He was just laying there like, what is that? Like ears going back. He's like, what is this on my back? No growling, no nothing at all.
No.
Yeah.
It brings so many people joy. People are obsessed with them. They wait for this daily dose of duck.
What about for you, Cindy? I mean, people are having a hard time. It has been a tumultuous time just collectively across the world, let alone in our own backyard here in Southern Indiana. But I mean, you've known some hardships as a family as well.
Yeah, I just recently went through breast cancer in 2018, and it's hard. And then of course we went through COVID, and everything just seemed to snowball. And just watching these two together is just like happy.
It's like a few minutes of happiness.
It just brings happiness.
You also did something else, Cindy, when you were diagnosed with breast cancer. You found out that you also have a gift beyond sharing a daily dose of duck, that's for sure. You have a gift for making incredible dolls.
I do. I make them. I started out making pillows for Clark Memorial, and I donate them, breast cancer pillows. And it just led me to making dolls to help pay for the breast cancer pillows for the hospital. So I started making the dolls to help support my breast cancer pillow journey, I guess I should say. And yes, I made dolls, and I posted them. I've made Anna one for Christmas, and I posted it. And people's like, can I have one of those? And it snowballed. I started making them, and people love them, and they're bringing joy to people. Many people, ladies fighting breast cancer, ladies in nursing homes, small children, just everybody. I mean, even my dad loves them. I mean, he'll sit and hold them and, pet it, and they just bring joy.
Something I think is wonderful is that you have taken hardship from your family, and I mean, you've just found myriad ways to bring joy to other people. Are you on a mission? Is this the joy mission?
Yeah, I think so. I really think so.
Oh, I love that story. Love that story so much. Thanks so much for joining us for Extol Live. Thanks to New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking, our sponsors. We appreciate Waterfront Botanical Gardens. Casey Mayer was here with us, and Carrie Weeger from Derby Dinner Playhouse before he zoomed out of here to go start in a production. Of course, we appreciate Chef Liz Martino. If you see her out and about today, Mesa Kids Cooking School or elsewhere, say happy birthday, Paula. We always love having you on.
Thank you.
JD, you said, am I here to just look pretty? You always do.
Yes.
But final question before we go, what's something that you are doing this holiday season that you're excited about?
Well, so holidays have changed for my family just a little bit due to COVID, and we have a rather large family, and we're not able to be around because my aunts and uncles have now gotten older, and actually lost my father during COVID. So me and my cousins have decided to get together, and we're going to go to my aunts and uncles' houses. We're all just going to drive a big caravan, and we're going to Christmas carol. So we have holiday sweaters and elf ears, and we're just going to stand outside their window and Christmas carol so that we can at least see their faces and enjoy the holidays with them a little bit.
I love that as well. Liz, what about you?
Well, this year around the holidays, I love them. I love giving back. So I'll be doing lots of things. But the one commitment that I'm absolutely compelled and will not let myself break is I'm going to do all of my shopping locally. Downtown New Albany, all of my favorite artisans, shop makers, everything like that. No one is going to get anything from a big box store this year.
I love that. And Paula, you're representing Dada Boutique today.
Yes.
Representing in Bend has a pop-up shop also at the Green Tree Mall, which is amazing, but that is local.
I love that
JD?
idea. That's a good idea.
What about you?
I'm in retail. So Christmas Day, I look forward to spending time with Olive, of course, because I love a kid at Christmas. Being with Extol and serving people is my favorite thing. And Christmas Day, I get up and I go for a really long run every Christmas. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So
what are the odds here? Are we going to have snow? No? Yes?
no snow.
I'm hoping
No.
for Caribbean weather.
Yeah. I want that. I want like today. It's like almost 70 degrees yesterday. Today, I'll take that.
Okay, I love it. Well, I think, one, we are going to Waterfront Botanical Gardens to enjoy their Glimmer. I'm going to definitely do that. And Derby Dinner Playhouse. Olive was supposed to attend her very first, thanks COVID. And so now she's going to experience that before the end of the year. And then also here in New Albany, Parks and Recreation has an ice skating rink that's being set up at Silver Street Park. And I signed us up to go ice skating with Elsa. And while you guys are talking about you want it to be like nice and warm and Caribbean, I grew up in Michigan. So I'll be wearing the same ice skates that I've been wearing since 5th grade because my feet haven't changed. And they are... Well, they're a few decades old. I'll just say that. Vintage. There we go. Ooh, I like
Vintage.
that.
I was going to say retro. Vintage is a little older.
I'm vintage too. You are not vintage, but happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Adam Kleinert, our creative director. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to watch This Is So In, 7:30 a.m. tomorrow on WBKI, the CW. Yes, it's time to eat some cake. Have a great rest of your Friday.